Being a good woman has literally gotten me nowhere, but I don't have it in me to go be in the streets. So if you need me, I'll be at work or sleeping or at the gym. If you like me and you think you want to date me, please leave me alone. I don't feel like crying anymore.
Hi my friends, welcome to the RP Experience. Peace and love to my brothers and sisters. Can you do me a favor and hit the like button before we get started? I'll give you a second to do that. Thank you very much. Subscribe and share. Today's video is going to be about, is it worth it being a good man or woman? Is it worth it being a good person? Period. I think it is. But it's easier to be a bad person. A person all about yourself. That don't care about anybody's feelings. Stepping over people. Well, it's not exactly easy. It does take balls to not care what anybody thinks and just say whatever or something, like what's the name of that shock jock? His last name is Stern, Howard Stern, and stuff like that. So it does take a kind of moxie to do that, because not a lot of people will go to a certain extent. But still, then I have no morals at all. Is like, I'll look at like a movie, The bad guy has all the advantages because he has no morals. He has nobody that he cares about, that he has to really think about, except his own self-preservation. Not only thing though, movies always have it that karma gets them, or it ends up doing them in the way that they think. Now, in a way, the hero or the heroine, they have a lot going against them in a way, because they're worried about themselves, they're worried about their loved ones, they're worried about the pedestrians, they're worried about, and that's somewhat handicaps them to a certain degree. But in a way, it also gives them a reason to fight, because even though fighting for yourself is a good motivational tool, I think it works better if you're fighting for yourself if you've been betrayed and now you're going to look out for yourself. But I think you had to have cared about somebody else first before you got to that point. And so this is not going to be a long video, because this is going to be like pretty much straight to the point. But I have a video here, and I might have another one. I have to see how it came out. But this older guy has some words of wisdom to, and I've been here too, because sometimes being a good person, you don't find that balance of having boundaries. And that's the thing. I think if you are a good person, the same way, because that's one thing, people that's evil or either narcissistic, as you like to say, or something, they have boundaries. They have lines they will not cross for anybody else, because they're thinking about themselves. Now, as a person trying to do the right thing, you definitely need to have boundaries, because people that's like the narcissists or the people that will take advantage of you, they will exploit that weakness, So anyway, let him talk.
Sorry to say this, but being a good person don't get you love. it gets you used.
My dear brother, I totally understand what you're saying. But let's look at this from a different perspective. Before we decide to throw away those good qualities, let's define good. A good person is kind, but they're not gullible. A good person shows respect, but they expect it in return. A good person will lift you up, but they will not tolerate you putting them down. You see, you can have a good heart, but that doesn't mean you're passive. You see, a good person will tell someone, regardless of who they are, what they need to hear, not necessarily what they want to hear. You see, a good person, just like anyone else, has standards. They have goals and they set boundaries. And whenever you cross them, they will check you. A good person will look out for you, but they have no problem saying no. A good person has patience, but that doesn't mean they're going to let you take their kindness for weakness. So just because a person is good, that doesn't mean they're going to put up with nonsense. Love you, brother. Believe me.
Now, that man makes a lot of sense. A lot of sense. See, and that's why for men is important that we have a male role model. You know, if it's not the dad, we need somebody else, a positive one too, not a negative one, but a positive one. You know, I used to associate definitely like being nice, because sometimes I would be a little too nice, as a weakness. As like, now I have to be an asshole. Now I have to take out all of that frustration of those times that I overdid it for people in my past, or let them either take advantage, or either I didn't fall for the foolishness or something. I have to take it out on the next people that may not deserve it, and then I'm going to have more of a more darker way of dealing with them. So, I mean, I tried that for like a while, but that's not really me. But like I say, I no longer want to be that nice guy that just gets like taken advantage of. So, you know, for any guys that had that problem, especially if you're young, because as you get older, you are going to snap out of it. You're going to snap out of it. Either you're going to go totally dark side, or either you're going to be a gray Jedi. You know, like I opted to be. Like, you know, I can be the nicest person anybody has ever met, but I can also be very mean and vindictive if you're on my bad side. So, you know, but I try to save that for people that deserve it, you know, and that's the best advice I can give today, you know. You don't have to do a 360-degree turn that Tupac decided to do, because he was being like that, trying to get this girl. And, you know, I know that feeling because I used to get it. Now, I don't get it now, so obviously I'm doing something right. So I always know if I start hearing girls saying, "You are such a nice guy," I'm like, whoa, I am doing something wrong. I'm doing something wrong. So with him, because he didn't have no male figure there to tell him, like, hey, you know, you don't have to go dark side, but you have to tweak a bit of how you are dealing with these women to a degree. And I would say with dealing with anybody, you know, I'll be pretty much nice to anybody, or give them the default respect thing, because we're all human beings or something like that. But once they, you know, are acting out of turn with me, or they're being disrespectful, or they're trying to get over or something like that, I put them in a box that I'm going to deal with them a different kind of way from now on, or something. And I think that's where you gotta get to. So anyway, this should be one of my shorter videos or something like that, but the advice here is, you don't have to be an evil person just as a good person, you have to have boundaries and you have to deal with people accordingly, you know. So I like to think of it as this video right here.
People always tell me, you know, you're such a nice guy, you're so kind and genuine and sweet. No, I'm nice because I like you. If I don't like you, I'll make sure your ancestors can feel my burning, seething hatred.
Okay, so that's pretty much it. That's all I want to say. You know, let's try to still be good people out here, the people, and I believe there is good with both men and women. You know, even though I know both sides are telling you all women are like this and all men are like that, I can't agree with that, only because of the fact of, if you're going to look at things that way, then you may as well look at it all the ways. You know, the same way people may have a problem with like a different race, like all black people are this way, or all white people are racist and stuff like that. Thing is though, I have a lot of white friends or friends of other cultures, so I can't say all of them is that kind of way, and I cannot attack them or either overlook stuff that when other black people are saying stuff that I disagree with about the white people I know and stuff, you know. Now I do have to admit sometimes it's a struggle with my own people, because you know I don't fit in a lot with them because of the fact I don't have that hood in me. And that's the funny thing. I grew up in the hood, but then again though, I was in the house a lot. And when I did come out, you know, I played sports or basketball, or I played with my friends tag and stuff like that. It was like constructive stuff. You know, we didn't go somewhere and start smoking blunts or something, or either went somewhere and then just randomly start hooking up with girls or something like that. Even though that probably would have been cool, but you know, it was more of like the nerdy things or the more good things. Did get into a little mischief, but not that much. But anyway, that's it. You guys have a good week, and I'll see you soon, because I'm going to be chipping out the videos now because I need to get my numbers up just a little bit with the subscribers and with the views. Even though I do know some tricks with that, but you know, I'm trying to do it a certain way, the right way, if possible. All right, that's it.
People like to say I got an attitude, but the vibe I give off really depends on you. What you give, you give back, and that is a fact. So if I was a bitch, then you deserve that.
I still wanna run to you. Am I breaking through? Do you feel me too?
Pendo made it.